Hello guys, so welcome to KO Tutorials. So here I am coming up with a new tutorial on modeling and texturing a bottle over here using Arnold shaders in Autodesk Maya. So let's get started. So very first of all, what I'll be doing over here is let's just first make a basic scene over here. So I'll just take a scene, I'll just go into this view, go into image plane, import image. Let's take a reference over here of this particular bottle over here. After that, how we can model this, very important. Let's go over here, go into create, let's go into the curve tools and let's take a bezier curve tool. So I'm creating this tutorial on viewers request over here. So let's just start creating a shape over here. Alright, so let's just create a basic shape. Once you are done with it, let's right click on it, go into the control vertices and let's adjust this points wherever it is required. So as you can see, you can just adjust it wherever it is required. Let's go into the object mode over here, select the shape, go over here, let's make it as display mode as none, select this, and we have an option over here. Let's go into this surfaces and we have an option called Revolve. So I can just use the Revolve option over here and I can slightly just shuffle this bottle shape accordingly. So as you can see, we have just created a basic shape of a bottle over here. So now let's go over here, go into the control vertices, or you can just select the curve over here. You can select this bezier, go into the line and slightly you can just give the shape. So once it is done, so what I can do now over here is I can just reverse it. Before we reverse it, there are multiple options over here. Now what we'll do is so go over here into the surfaces, let's click on reverse direction. Now just select this bottle, go into modify. Okay, before that again I can just select this and I can just try to make it straighter. Slightly. Select this, go into modify, convert knobs to polygons. Let's reset this, make it as chords and let's apply it. Select this, select the shape over here, push it out. So now as you can see, we have converted this over here. Alright. So go into modify, convert knobs to polygons, drag it out. We can do some tweakings over here if required. What are the extra edges not required, we can just delete that stuff over here. Alright, so I'll just select this and slightly I'll give a bit of bevel over here if required. The same way, see, it happens sometimes whenever you are converting this wherever we have some extra loops, we can add it if required. We can add this, we can add some loops over here. Alright. So once it is added, again I'll go into this and let's take a multi-cut, add it. Let's just add this and let's complete this shape correctly. Alright. So once it is done, you can just select this over here, and if you have too many loops, you can just select and delete this. Let's select this and go into mesh and let's give smooth. So we can just smoothen the bottle. You can see that. Alright. So for now I'll just hide this. Alright. So now what we will be doing over here is like, let's just push this bottle over here. Let's take a new camera and let's set one frame. Let's focus this particular stuff over here. Again, go into the perspective. Let's go into Arnold, go into lights, and let's take a sky dome light. So I'll just assign a sky dome light. Let's go into the sky dome and I'll go into the color and let's take an HDRI over here. So let's just take an HDRI. So I'm just going to assign one HDRI map. Also, let's again select this, assign new material. Let's go into the Arnold shader. Let's take a AI standard surface. Let's take a shader. Let's go into the color. And okay, before that, I'll take this dark wood or wood floor. Okay, I'll just take any of that. Let's again create a new folder and let's extract it over here first. So there might be multiple textures. So let's take one of the texture. Let's take this dark wood texture. That's a JPG. So I'll go into the color, I'll go into the file, let's go into the desktop and let's take this texture. Okay, I think this is a roughness, displacement, normal now. So this different stuff over here. So let's take a normal diffuse over here. Let's assign this. So once you assign it, first let me save this file. So you need to save the file, it's very important because you never know, a file might get crash over here. So you need to save it. Let's again go over here. Let's see how it looks like first. Whenever you activate it, save it. Go into the Arnold, you can see the viewport view. Alright, you can just click out and see. Okay, we won't keep this forever because it takes a lot of load over here onto the machine whenever you are activating this. So make sure you check this while doing it. So let's again go over here, and if you want I can just activate it. Right click, assign new bottle. Before that I'll just go over here and I'll just rename it as bottle, and if you want I can just give a cork on top of it. So let's just make a cork on top of it. So let's just select this, resize it, scale it, push this up, scale it, resize this, okay, looks better now. If you want you can slightly scale it. So now I'll just assign new material on top of it. Let's take a AI standard surface and I'll just give a color to it for now. At least I'll just give a color. Alright, and you can give a bit of roughness if required. Keep it as it is. So select the bottle, assign new material. So whenever you are going to assign a bottle shader over here, so let's go into this AI standard surface. Let's name it again as bottle over here. Let's go down. We'll keep the base, that's a diffuse, as it is. Go into the transmission and let's just give a color. First I'll increase the weight of it. So once you increase the weight, if you want you can just activate this property over here for a glass. Now I'll go over here into that. So before that I want to pick up a color. So I'll just select this image plane. I'll make it as RGBA just to see over here. Let's go over here. Material properties, material attributes. Go into the color and let's pick any color. So I'm going to pick a bit of a darker green shade. That's it. Alright. So again I'll go over here, make it as none over here. Let's just on this stuff, and now you have one property over here for a bottle. If you go into this, let's select this, and we have a property of depth. You can just reduce the depth. I'll go into the specular, I'll increase the IOR values and I'll reduce its roughness. So as you can see over here, so you can just render it once how it looks like. So there are multiple values which we are going to check through this. So as you can see, I'm getting this a bit of depth over here through this. Select the bottle again and again activate this material attributes, and now I'll just go over here into that. I can increase its depth over here, so we can go over here and make it a bit more darker if required. So I can just go into the color and I can just make it darker. So that is a possible way over here again. So select this, let's go over here, can slightly increase the scattering over here, and if you want you can just increase a bit of roughness into it. So you can just assign a bit of roughness to it if required. So we can do that. So these are what the properties we are working with right now. So let's go down over here. I can, if we increase it, is going to be more towards the transparent. So make sure we just reduce this parameter. We won't increase the depth over here. We can just keep on reducing the depth, not much. Slightly we can just go with the roughness over here. Now let's go down over here into that. We have one more property, that's your coat material. I can slightly increase the coat material and I'll just give one color to it. So if you want you can just assign one color to the bottle with it, so you can just render and see how it's going to look like. So you can slightly reduce it if required, the coat color. So we have just go over here, material attributes, and into the specular, make it as 1.55, 0.02. That would be much better now. Looks better now. Let's again go over here. We have some properties of anisotropy. We can work with the properties. Also, we can go into the render settings. Let's go into the render settings over here. Go into the Arnold renderer and we can just increase the transmission for good reflections, quality of reflections. Go into the ray depth. I can slightly increase the ray depth. Transmission I can increase it. Diffuse I can just make it 2x2. Specular as 2 over here. And let's render it once again over here. So increasing the reflections is going to take more time over here. So if you want you can take a different HDRI as well, not a problem. That's looking good over here now. Alright. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section over here. So definitely we'll be continuing it for creating our wine glasses and a liquid inside it. So we'll be going through some more parameters of this Arnold over here in Maya, where we are working with the AI standard surface with HDRI over here. So please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. I can just go into this, and if you don't need a cop, you can just hide it for a moment, and you can just render it again. Okay, much better now. You can increase the thickness if required. So you can go into the attributes and can slightly work with the thickness. So we have this. You can increase the thickness of it. Alright, looks much better now. So let's render it once. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section. So as you can see, we are rendering it. Alright. So thanks for watching this tutorial.